ball was already gone. She had to follow through. It looked like she got the sign off pretty soon.
Now they break up. It's going to be at the inside.
They're on the inside. We'll finish on this end. Renegade tracks it down. Johnson being into the screen. And again, Reagan Johnson, another offensive board. Here's Tessa storming in. Gets the foul against Sarah Strong. And that will be the first down on the talented freshman who's a little shaken up afterwards.
Ryan, when these teams met in the regular season, all the small rebounds, Carolina was getting in, was fueling their fast break the other way. South Carolina outstanding, trailing those team rebounds here today.
They already have 8 offensive rebounds in this first half. That was something people were able to talk to us about.
Yesterday, concern for the way South Carolina can attack the offensive glass.
It's called the greatest setting in college football, and even if the skies open up, that pales in comparison to the purple rain that will be unleashed by the home-standing Washington Huskies. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 teams, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit.
While
As
we'll
we'll
see
see a
how
team fresh
South
and
Carolina
ready to go
navigates
on the bye
after
week, the
a
NC
tough
State
second
Wolfpack.
call.
Taking on another team from the Mountain West, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
For Connecticut, Sarah Strong with one. Here's Bud. All on Bud. Into the corner, Shane wide open. It's a three. Now Alfie keeps it alive.
Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll throw it on first down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
That's tough.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Really strong job on the defense. A negative play on third down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon.
And you can see Dawn Staley saying she's pushing off. As Gino Oriema.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds.
Dawn Staley has
here comes the offense on first down.
It's the first free throw. One of the things Gino Oriema said to us yesterday.
They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Here's Kicks.
Grabs it in the middle. And sure tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, That's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people will say go for it more often. I don't see the point going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
19 in the first half of the semifinal against UCLA.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Strong defense.
Line getting set on second down.
Johnson. And it'll stay here. 1:50 to go in the first half. Plenty of drama through the first 2 quarters. It's Connecticut who leads by 7 in a matchup between Dawn and Chief.
Takes his shot. Finds a man on the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for a 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense, understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown,
South Carolina by 7.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punch, and he turned that one into a touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slowly struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
It can be such an X factor for South Carolina because when she's in open space, especially in transition, she can be unstoppable.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? On fourth down, they'll run it looking for the first. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, no, I'm just going to draw them offside. A lot of times, by the way, it's the defense that kind of relaxes themselves. You can tell they were playing, ready to go. They knew they were going to be aggressive.
And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their quarterback in position to make the play?
Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll leave it with him. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
Good block, bro. Oh. He's gonna punt to me again. Already crib one.
Washington sends out the
Trey
punt team.
Lightning.
He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house.
I got two.
Here's the return.
I got two. Ah!
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field going so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. It's still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little.
Touchdown.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go
touchdown.
fast. They did catch the defense off guard, and even though that was a big explosive play, David.
Oh, don't do that.
Bringing it back. He's at the 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Washington.
And what a nice start for this
Thank you, Tyson. Thank you, Tyson.
Getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
What the fuck?
Oh, he's going to take a chance. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. NC State going up tempo. Quick strike complete. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
At the 40, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11.
After 2 quarters, and the big 3 delivering 29 points in that first half.
He's looking to throw.
Oh,
Traffic picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with the first set of downs. They're going to ride this running back.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. They continue to run the football. Their success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football.
The defense wouldn't let him.
stop trying that shit, bro. I ain't going.
They lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early.
Nice job by the defense staying with the Newtown. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. Quickly to the tight end. Tackle was made after the first down. He threw that one with some serious heat. His senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. The RPO fire complete to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good game.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers. They're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that. Because those corners are sitting on the inside. And the worst thing that can happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down mark? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
And the Huskies get enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and just stay aggressive if you're on offense, right? You're now into the opponent's territory. It's 4th down. Dial up your best 4th down play. Keep this drive going.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. They're getting this guy lathered up. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the sting, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running.
Washington will snap it in the red zone. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got got it. First and goal. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The defense trying to make a stand on third and goal. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get wide receivers, tight ends, speed the ball on the perimeter. Defense was ready for it. Pretty good job by the defense.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on fourth down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those.
He's going to throw deep right side. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. They get to him as he throws. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing an incompletion.
That's the end of the second quarter. That
And
means it's
welcome on
time
back
to
as
join
we get ready
Kevin
for
in
the
our
second half.
halftime
This was a
update.
5-point Mohawk lead after 1. It has since been doubled. What was the separator, and how does South Carolina bridge that gap?
North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third
This game was once again too hard to play. Diving on the floor, physically involved, most importantly blocked. Their responsibility.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Scrambling away. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass. Washington wants to go quickly.
3 points right now with her team down 10. We're coming back here after the break. I believe.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time, it's complete. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB increase. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football. But this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess. Grease. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
People seem to get upset that I'm driven.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his tight end. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Dances away from the heat. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense was in cover 2, which means they had 2 safeties playing deep, and they took everything away from the quarterback vertically, forcing him to have to try to check it down. And a great job by the linebacker, jumping the throw and getting the pick.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Just steamrolling his way through. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback and disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Takes the easy completion. At the 20, he's got space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
This offense is high-octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. When I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Hewlett brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smooth.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
He's got the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Quarterback has got to just settle down and take a breath. Threw a bad pick last drive, almost threw another one on that last play. He's got to regain his focus.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong. And I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up. And usually, they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And, David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion. So
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Looking left. Finds a man in the middle. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period.
Wasn't her usual efficient self-shooting the way she impacts the game. You can see all those. If she's on the floor,
She's going to be impacting her team off offense. We saw that in the first half.
First down to start the drive after the bridge. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Past the 40. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
A first down run in the red zone. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything going. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up. He wants to take the top off. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. Gonna take a shot.
Took it all the
way there, but it's a huge and they're set up with a first and goal.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Fast motion from the offense. Trying to get the edge.
That's stupid. Crazy man, that should not work. Fuck on.
To the ground.
lots of work with AB in the offseason, and there she was as a little girl. That was the cutest picture I think I've ever seen. I mean, Holly, when she told us the story.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle here.
On that. Try something else.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And
They're going to roll out
late in the fourth quarter when
to the right. The same play.
That's
yep.
probably not it. This
That's
offense
cool.
needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
And after getting that completion, they've now set up 4th and goal. This is a play they need to make. It's the fourth quarter. They're down a couple of possessions. You have to come up with a touchdown here. You need to.
Touchdown, Huskies! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And Reese, this is the part of the field where the tight ends become such a big thing, right? Big size. I'm going to isolate these guys. Find them in the matchups. They did it there. Result, 6 points.
About 50% on
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick.
I'm about to
They
pivot.
hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quarterback wants to throw on
Oh my God, no he didn't. No he didn't.
Just the turning point they needed.
No he didn't.
Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Quick completion on the out. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. There's the ball. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He wants to throw. Hops it downfield. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Washington! And they add 6 more to the board with a trip to the house. Before that score, considering last rights, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, bro, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
Meanwhile, by laserful Riley.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays like we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Wide receiver shows motion. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week.
And a whistle
going to
go
right now late in the game, running the football and imposing their will against
and
the defense
South Carolina
that
at the line with Connecticut already over the limit.
Hey, Cody Paul. Niggas is whack.
Take it in for 6 more points. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Bacon really had a terrific senior season for the Gamecocks.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
Edwards, strong finish from the freshman. And same thing on this end that time with Pow and Joyce Edwards. Straight 2-man game.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down.
Step aside, 4:26 to go in the third. You've got a 13-point lead.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. He was thinking touchdown all the way, but he got it down to the 26-yard line.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
I send a message to the committee, man.
It'll be a wrap. Trying to find his man on first down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end.